There was no way I'd be able to sleep. When she hung up the phone like that, I realised for the first time what kind of situation I was in, as well as who the only ally who would support me was. I waited with bated breath for Shion to calm down and call me back. What would I do if the phone rang while I was sound asleep? No matter how long I waited, however, it never rang. Exhausted whenever my mind started to wonder, I would jolt awake as though I heard the phone ring. In the end, I brought the cordless phone with me into my futon and went to sleep with it in my arms. I imagine him just cuddling the phone, though it still didn't amount to anything. Morning came, and by that time, I was pretty sure she wasn't calling back. That was when a fierce drowsiness assailed me. Damn it. This is no time for sleep, Keiichi Maimara. I slapped myself in the face a few times. And then I went to the washroom and washed my face, which was something I didn't usually do. That wasn't enough either, so I even brushed my teeth. After that, I was finally wide awake. My mum saw how strange I was acting. Her eyes went wide. What's wrong, Keiichi? Are you going somewhere today? Going somewhere? Yeah. To school? Just instant transmission to school. Keiichi-kun, you don't look so good today. Do you have a cold? I'm not sick, I just didn't get much sleep. If I space out and start talking nonsense, just humour me. What kind of nonsense he's going to talk about? I wonder what kind of nonsense you'll say. I wonder. Now I'm looking forward to it. Oh, you and me too, Renna. Just see what kind of nonsense he'll spout out. I felt utterly shattered, and I still hadn't picked myself back up this morning, and for precisely that reason, Renna's honest smile was a sight for sore eyes. Yo. What's up, Kei-chan? Renna? Good morning. What? Mi-chan, you look like you didn't get much sleep either. Mion had gone home early yesterday with a hangover, but she didn't look too good this morning either. Her usual cheerfulness was completely buried in her shadow. Yeah, I went to bed like I like 3. I'm a little tired. 3? Hey now, you can't keep staying up late. You probably read the first volume of a manga, thought it was interesting, then read the entire series, didn't you? I understand. I've done that before. I joked, trying to shake off my sleepiness. I was trying to be considerate. However, neither Mion nor Renna smiled. In fact, they didn't pay attention. Renna's expression immediately darkened. What? Wait, is this about the mayor? He still hasn't been found? Nope. Hey, wait a minute. Wait a minute. What are you talking about? You can't find the mayor? Even the classroom, which was normally bustling with bright, joking voices, seemed filled with a different sort of murmur today. Good morning, Keiichi-san. Have you heard? It looks like something terrible has happened. I don't really know this mayor person, but he's an old guy, right? Couldn't he just be wandering around senile? The mayor is certainly not senile. He's a sprightly man who can teach both calligraphy and swordsmanship. Huh. Wow. He probably got lost somewhere, like me. Don't think he would have got lost. A lost Rika? Ah, I want to take you home with me. Getting lost is only cute because children like Rika-chan do it. A worn-out old man getting lost isn't moe in the slightest. While my mind entertained no thoughts like that, our teacher arrived. Everyone rushed to their seats. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. The class greeting was normal, but the atmosphere in the room was heavy. some of you may have already heard. But last night, despite the late hour, the mayor never came home. Is there anyone here who saw the mayor yesterday? One or two hands went up in the silence, and they told her about having seen him. None of it seemed to be vital information, however, and everyone began whispering amongst themselves. If anyone has seen the mayor, please tell an adult about it, alright? Now then, let's begin class. After that, the same old lessons began. And we just fast forward through the day. Whether it be lunch or the end of school, we don't know. The room was once quieted, blossomed in flowers again at lunchtime. I could hear a few different conversations. They were mostly related to the mayor's disappearance. Summing them all up, I came out with this. Yesterday evening, the mayor went to a meeting at the Shrine's Assembly Hall. The meeting ended after the sun had fully set and everyone left. The elder's house was a bit far from the center of Hinamizawa. It was already late and Hinamizawa doesn't have a lot of lights outside. Nobody saw the mayor after the meeting. However, because he would have been hungry, he wouldn't have taken any side trips. He would have gone straight home. However, no matter how long his family waited, he never returned. Some thought there might have been an accident. They left no stone unturned. They searched from the irrigation channels to the water wells and even the rice paddies, but they didn't find him. Of course, there was a limit to how far they could search in the middle of the night. The police were going to wait for daylight and have the young men of the town help search. If after all that they still didn't find him, they were apparently going to go looking in the mountains. Wow. Even now at this moment, the adults were probably all searching for him. The more they searched in vain, the more time passed. The only thing that came to mind was the curse. The rumors of Onikakushi, of the demoning away. Had he become this year's sacrifice to Oyashiro-sama's curse, which had recently been occurring every year? The scary possibility, which nobody thought about but everyone could say aloud, was slowly but surely spreading throughout the village. Was he demoned away and offered as a sacrifice to quell Oyashiro-sama's anger? My classmates were whispering to each other that the curse didn't happen this year, so there shouldn't have been any sacrifices. I, on the other hand, I knew. The curse did happen again this year, and there were 2 people that died. This may sound strange, but I hadn't exactly thought the elder would be the one to go missing. My reason was clear. Shion and I have been a higher priority than Shion and I should have been a higher priority than him. The 4 of us were thieves that broke the taboo and set foot into the sacred ritual storehouse. If Tomitake-san and Takano-san had suffered mysterious deaths, then it should have been mine and Shion's turn next. This time should have been Shion and me, eh? I laughed painfully to myself. I yelled at Shion over the phone that I didn't want to end up in such a terrifying situation, but now that someone other than me had disappeared, I could only think that I should have been the first to go. Onigafuchi, the bottomless swamp, said to have been the place where they drowned sacrifices long ago. Just as it ran through my thoughts, the villagers must have also considered the swamp. Many police divers were plumbing its depths even now, as if maybe police divers were plumbing its depths even now. And they probably wouldn't find anyone. Not a single missing person had ever been found. They always suspected Onigafuchi but not once have they ever turned up a corpse from it. After all, it was a devilish bottomless swamp from which no one who sinks can ever return. I could hear someone telling their friend that in the classroom. Now that you mention it, Satoshi-san, he left around this time last year, didn't he? Huh? Satoshi? I've heard that name before. He was... right. He disappeared because of last year's curse. The conversation was happening in the seat next to me, so I could hear it clearly. Didn't we search the whole village like this for Satoshi-san too? We didn't find him either. What did we decide that was? A demoning away, right? Yeah. I heard he withdrew all his savings and ran away from home. The one from the police said there was someone who saw him get on the bullet train at Nagoya Station. Ran away, huh? I wasn't that interested in the reason, which seemed understandable in this case. Everyone else who disappeared had their own reasons too. Either they were still on the run because they were criminals, or they were a corpse that couldn't be found. It's not like any of them suddenly disappeared into thin air for no reason, but they disappeared. Someone disappeared whenever the curse took a life, as if by design. They may have had various understandable reasons, but they still disappeared. From that point of view, it really might have been a demoning away this time. The mayor's disappearance was the first such incident without a clear reason behind it. Of course, coming to that realization didn't help to resolve anything. It looks like I messed up the seasoning today. Sorry. Normally Rena would have devoured her lunch immediately, but today there was still a ton left. That wasn't because Rena's lunch didn't taste good or anything though. That isn't the case. Your lunch today is as delicious as always. Tatoko dips her chopsticks into Rena's bento box and pulls bits of food out, one after the other. Yes, delicious indeed. Today in particular, in fact. Chomp chomp. Huh? You know those are pumpkin croquettes, right? Are you okay? Yes. Don't you like pumpkins? If it's your pumpkin, then it's delicious. Why don't we take that out of phrase, out of context? Did Sakuto dislike pumpkin? Regardless, she forced herself to smile and shoved more into her mouth. Everyone knew. Nobody's lunch tasted very good today. Sakuto kept shoving it down, repeating her remark on how good it was. If it's that good, then I guess I've got to have some too. Sakuto's gonna eat it all if we let her be. It's just so good, so I would certainly like it if Katie-san were to eat some as well. Now sometimes I have to show my adult generosity, right? Okay, don't hold back on my account. Eat enough for the both of us today. She really hated pumpkin, didn't she? That made it all the more touching to see Sakuto's own brand of generosity. I grabbed her head and started stroking it. Sakuto, in a somewhat exaggerated fashion, was bawling, tears streaming down her face. No way. You'll never grow up if you give away such good food. Rena, you eat too. I only have leftover vegetable stew, but it tastes great after having sat overnight. You know, the flavours coming out into the stew, I guess. Yeah, the daikon radish has such a pretty colour going through it. It looks delicious. I guess I'll have some then. And I reached out with her chopsticks And at last, the usual lunchtime atmosphere began to return. That was only at our desks, however. The dark tales of Oyashiro-sama's curse, which had reoccurred for 5 years in a row, didn't cease. The whole classroom remained stuck in this somber mood. Oyashiro-sama's curse had happened for 5 years straight. Everyone who wanted the previous year to be the last. What was Oyashiro-sama's curse anyway? They were going to build a dam in Hinamizawa. The people building it were bad, so they were cursed. I would admit that much. But still, the dam project was frozen years ago, wasn't it? So why was the curse stubbornly persisting? I hit myself on the cheeks to perk myself back up. Everyone was trying so hard to brighten the mood, I couldn't go straight back to thinking about the curse like that. I forced the grim story out of my head. Driving Oyashiro-sama's curse out of my thoughts was actually a good idea. In the end, that meant I could also be driving away the most terrifying thought of all, that I could be the curse's next target. Not next victim. Mion's taken a while, isn't she? However, how long does it take to wash her hands? Mion had said she was going to wash her hands and left, and she hadn't come back yet. Ha 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 ha. She's probably taken a little afternoon nap somewhere. I think she was up pretty late last night looking for the mayor after all. I smiled wryly and let out a sigh. Today was no good. However much we tried to lighten the mood, things always came back to the mayor. It was just a no good day. I had just transferred here recently, so the shock of a curse happening 5 years running was an unimaginably big one. Maybe I do need to appreciate that. When Mi-chan was really little, the mayor would always spoil her. When she was going through her prankster phase, he loved her like his own daughter. He told me that often. I see. Mion was in shock, right? Was in shock too. The one disappearing at all because of a curse was a very scary thing. If the sacrifice was someone you knew though, then the shock must be 100 times worse. Tactile, as if she come to the same conclusion, bit her lower lip and looked downward. Oh, Rika-chan is taking a while too. Maybe they're taking a nice afternoon nap together. Rika wasn't out that late. As soon as she yawned, everyone gathered around her and started saying good night, good night. Now that she mentioned it, there was a lot of old people rubbing their prayer beads in fervent gratitude towards Rika-chan during the festival too. An image of the indulgent elderly came to mind. Had Rika-chan discovered a way to get herself to be pampered like that? Is there a reason the old people treat Rika-chan like an idol? Is she their ideal image of a granddaughter or something? Ah, look, the Happy Go Music's cover idea. I don't know anything about that. But I want to see Rika-chan yawning. It's probably like, I want to take her home. I don't personally think it's that cute. It's more like a grah as she opens her mouth really wide so you can see the back of her throat. Her throat? The thing in her throat all wobbly? What the hell are you saying, Rena? Seriously, what are you saying? When it's handy at times like these, I finally managed a heartfelt laugh. Oh right, I'm on day duty today, aren't I? I need to go water the flower garden. The garden is right outside the teacher's lounge too, so they can immediately tell if you don't do it right. I think Sakura-chan is cute, not only Rika-chan. I'm gonna ignore that last bit. I can't breathe. I got a glimpse. It was so cute. Takuto-chan is cute too, so I'm gonna take you home. And I was squeezing a hand around Sakuto's neck. I was trying to get a look into her throat. You know, Rena is... I can't say it out loud, but she's a notorious censored, isn't she? Sweat. Hearing Sakuto make a weird noise like a chicken being strangled was kind of hilarious, and I couldn't help but laugh. At some point the classroom had erupted into laughter too. Maybe Rena was doing it on purpose. If she wasn't, this nonsense was a welcoming sight. Anyway, let's get over to the flowers while I still have time. Slowly and quietly, lest I destroy the room's newfound peace, I left the classroom. The watering can was hanging up outside the kitchen. This building had originally been an all-male forestry service building, so there was apparently nothing so thoughtful as a garden here before. When they decided to have a school share the space, they built one there as a modest gesture of appreciation. But well, the flower bed, it was a little longer than you would expect. It went all around, went all over the place. It was so big one would need to refill the watering can 5 or 6 times to get it all done. That is quite large. I was doing this together with a kid who was also, thankfully, on day duty today. She was in the lowest grade though. I had a full size smaller than even Rika-chan. I'm gonna make a kid who was struggling just to lift the full watering can help me with this. But for this, if one was placed on day duty with someone on light, they do it all for you, so it'd be cake. No point in blaming her. I give up, I'll just get started. Watering can in hand, just I was about to leave the building, the old man from the forestry office addressed me. Sonny, there's a vegetable garden behind the warehouse, right? It's all just about dried up. Water that too, would you? Oh, you mean the curry vegetable garden? The one with the potatoes and carrots and the other things that are only ingredients for curry? It's definitely the personal garden of our curry-loving teacher, but making students responsible for its upkeep is getting them involved in her personal affairs. I couldn't say that to his face though, so I gave up and decided to carry out my day duties. The sunlight front was strong. The great chorus of cicadas was strongly underlining how nothing was different today than yesterday. I passed by the classroom. I don't know how it happened, but Rena and Sakuto were in the middle of a huge melee. While I was gone, the kids had arranged all the desks in the circle forming a ring while everyone was cheering them on. Yeah, that's how it should be. That they're having possibly a battle to the death. Once school ended, we would need to return to reality, where talk of the elders' disappearance would once again be all over the place. I wanted everyone to forget about everything and have fun, just like yesterday, if only while they were at school. In that sense, Sakuto's whirling elbow and Rena's backward flying spin kick made for a pleasant sight. What kind of fight are they having? Even if, as a result, they flipped over my desk. That's my pencil box. I'll just let it happen today. I set to work, hastily watering everything, wanting nothing more than to be done as soon as possible. That should about do it. No sooner had I thought that I remembered that I had to water the teacher's curry vegetable garden too. That's such a pain, but I have a feeling that They'll come back to bite me if I don't. I gave up and filled the can with water again and headed behind the warehouse.